With the Pokemon TCG being so hot right now, it makes it really difficult to decide where you should park your money. So today, I thought I'd go ahead and ask 5 different Pokemon TCG content creators one simple question. If you had $500 to invest in Pokemon right now, what would you be buying? What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. Having $500 to invest in Pokemon cards is a great start if you're looking to start a collection, an investment portfolio, whatever it may be. You could pick up one really good item for $500, or you could pick up a multitude of smaller items, singles maybe, graded cards, and each person might have a different idea on what a good investment is. So first up, I want to start with PokeJace. PokeJace was somebody that inspired me to start this channel. I was watching him well before I started making videos here on YouTube. Of course, everyone's channel links are going to be down below, so go check them out. They all make great content. So PokeJace answered me, if I had $500, I would split the money in Celebrations ETB, as I believe when the 30th anniversary hits, Celebrations will see a nice climb. I definitely agree with that. I think Celebrations is gonna only go up from where it's at right now. He also went on to say the other one would be Paldean Fates ETBs. The set is incredible and it'll be the next Hidden Fates. I don't know if I agree it'll be the next Hidden Fates, but I do agree the set is incredible. I think having those shiny SIRs is going to make it stand out and be collectible long term. We'll have to see though. I think there are way better sets in the Scarlet and Violet era. But Paldean Fates, that Bubble Mew, it's going to stay iconic for the long run. With $500, you can pretty well buy 2 Celebrations ETBs. They're going for about $131 right now on TCG Player. And you could buy 2 Paldean Fates ETBs for about $128. You're going just over $500 to get 2 of these. I mean, if you're looking around, you can probably get 2 Celebrations and 2 Paldean Fates ETBs for $500. I think that's a really solid answer. Celebrations, again, that's something I've been picking up. I think it's going to do really good next year. Whether it's the singles, the slabs, the sealed product, definitely one to keep an eye on if you're looking to invest now and cash out in the next couple of years. Next up, we got my boy PokeProfit. Go check him out, another fellow Canadian Pokemon content creator, Pokemon market content creator, but he's pumping out some great content. Make sure to check him out if you haven't yet. PokeProfit said, if I had to spend the money right now, and had to spend it on Pokemon, I'd probably buy a Fusion Strike booster box. That or take the money and prioritize getting Destined Rivals pre-orders at MSRP. So we're going to go with the first response here, Fusion Strike booster box. I think getting Destined Rivals pre-orders at MSRP is going to be a little bit tricky. I think it's possible, but if you had to spend the money right now, today, you had a 24-hour window, I don't know if that's possible. Of course, if you can get Destined Rivals at MSRP, definitely go for it. But a Fusion Strike booster box, you can get one for about $480. I do think that's a great investment. People think this is going to be a really strong set. A lot of people look at Fusion Strike as a top 3 Sword and Shield set. At $500, I think is fine. The Gengar is going to stay strong. It's got the Espeon, the Mew VMAX. Everyone loves Mew, especially these days. I think grabbing a Fusion Strike box is a good buy. He also did mention, which is something I kind of agree with, I'm not really being aggressive with making purchases right now unless I can find a relatively good deal. I think it's a good time to stack cash and or prioritize buying the best sets, hence Fusion Strike. He's also started looking into One Piece. I think a lot of people have started looking into One Piece. I'm not going to really be talking about that much on this channel because I've never really related to One Piece. But One Piece booster boxes, I've been seeing a lot of price growth on them as some Pokemon sets have started to dip a little bit. Next up, we've got Trading Card Tyler. Trading Card Tyler makes awesome buyer POV videos. He's starting to do vendor POVs, so check him out. I think he's always looking at cards that a lot of people aren't really talking about. Sun and Moon cards, the mid-era, like Gen 3 EXs. Lots of cool stuff over there. If you like buyer POVs, definitely check him out. So Tyler answered with, all right, with $500 to invest in Pokemon, I'd have to go with something sealed first, and I've been really into Hidden Fates recently, so I'd go with a Hidden Fates ETB for about $280. They have gone up in price a lot recently, but I still think they have more room to grow, and also the contents inside the ETB are worth more with the packs and sick promo. Definitely agree. Getting sealed ETBs is smart. Hidden Fates, really good set, and similar to what Jay said, Paldean Fates is the next Hidden Fates. I think Hidden Fates is definitely going to stand stronger. It has a lot more iconic Pokemon with the shiny variants. He also went on to say, I've also really been liking the gold tag teams from the Japanese set Tag Team GX All-Stars. Really nice set. So I'd go with a PSA 10 Mewtwo and Mew GX with the rest of the money. Take a chance on a lower pop card and Japanese exclusive artwork. Region exclusive artwork is always good. I know we're seeing that with simplified Chinese cards right now. A lot of them are really hot, especially with these new Gem Pack EVs coming out that we never saw in English. They never got in Japan. It could end up being something only available in simplified Chinese. I actually don't really pay much attention to the Japanese market, to be honest, so I don't even know what this card looks like. I'm going to check it out right now. Really cool card, very similar to that Charizard and Reshiram card we got, and I guess that Zekrom and Pikachu we had. I think they were also in this set. I'm surprised we never got a lot of these, but I guess the gold cards were never that hot here in North America. You can get a PSA 10 for like $225. Not bad at all. So you could grab a PSA 10 of this along with a Hidden Fates ETB for $500, I'm sure. I think he's right in definitely saying taking a chance, but I think the right buyer would pay more than $225. And with low pop cards, it's a little bit easier to have the buyers determine the value than what you see with cards like the Moonbryon, where it's like the masses get to decide what it's really worth. Next up, another Canadian with TCG Buyers Club. Go check him out. Very insightful knowledge in the Pokemon market. Gray went ahead and answered with, great question. Given the booming English market, I'm staying clear of purchases of English products unless I can score MSRP buys off the Pokemon Center. Good call. Honestly, it's really tricky to find good deals. I haven't bought anything from an LGS store in months, it seems. It's basically just been good deals off the Pokemon Center or things I find on Facebook Marketplace that I think I can sell for more or that'll continue to go up. He continued with, instead, I'm looking at the Japanese market and am betting on it booming over the next year or two. My pick right now is Battle Partners booster boxes, which can be found for about 75 USD. So I'd take 6 boxes at 450, and I'd get more if I can find them cheaper. If you could get 7 for 500 bucks, for example, I think that'd be smart. This box was crazy expensive at release, but has dropped off a ton as the launch hype faded and the new Heatwave Arena and upcoming Team Rocket set, which just released today as of recording this, have stolen the market's focus. But as the set that brought back Partners Pokemon, I think it has great set identity with some solid hits. Thanks for the question. Thanks for answering, Gray. Honestly, I think this is a really good answer. Again, I'm not the Japanese guy. I don't know much about Japanese product, but I think with the English stuff being so hot, collectors are kind of looking to go elsewhere. They're not necessarily buying English. I know some collectors that got into the hobby recently and they've kind of given up on English because they can't find it. They're either grabbing Japanese booster boxes or going over to other TCGs like One Piece, things that are more affordable and available. But I think that's smart. I mean, it seems like with Japanese sets, I mean, with lots of sealed product, as you see behind me, I've got lots of sealed product. I think it's just the easiest investment. If you buy sealed product, it's going to go up eventually. It's just being patient. Being so new, Battle Partners could drop down to like 60 bucks a box, but will it? I don't know. It's a really hot market right now. I don't think anything is really going to necessarily tank drastically in value. And if it does, it's just an opportunity to double down and buy some more of that product to even out the purchase cost. Last up, we've got somebody I was really excited answered this question, and that's Philip's Collectibles. I'm sure all of you know Philip if you're watching this channel. Philip has been killing it on YouTube. You can tell he knows something about marketing when you watch those videos. But Philip came down with a pretty wholesome answer. With 500 USD, I would use that to buy my favorite PSA 10 slab, maybe Dragonite V from Evolving Skies in a PSA 10. Wouldn't be so much for growth as much as it would be to add something awesome to the collection. I think this goes back to what a lot of collectors say, invest in what you love. I hear that a lot from a lot of bigger channels out there. If you invest in what you love, if it goes down in value, it might not hurt as bad. And also, like, in my opinion, I love Pokemon cards. Like, this stuff, like, yeah, it's worth money. It goes up in value, it goes down in value. You can sell it. You can make it your side hustle, whatever it may be. But there are a lot of things in my collection that I would never sell, and that's just because I love it. And Dragonite V is honestly one of my favorite cards. It is one of my favorite Pokemon in general. I have a ton of Dragonite stuff. When I finally get a PSA 10 of this card, I'm definitely not selling it. Like Philip said, sometimes it's fun to invest in your collection and just have some really cool stuff that you love, rather than banking on making more money down the road. Alright guys, that's going to be it for today's video. Definitely a little bit different than what I've been doing, but I thought it was a cool idea we would try out. Let me know down below as well, if you had $500 to invest in Pokemon cards right now, what would you buy and why? Really looking forward to getting more insight from all of you. Anyways guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace!